Ladies and gentlemen, you see it. It's right now. It is CT After Dark during the day. And what I like to do here is welcome you guys in for all the first time viewers. CT After Dark during the day is a different kind of late night talk show. It's during the day. We talking about a whole lot of different things with a whole lot of different people, and I get a chance to interact with my amazing members of Team CT all day, all across the world, whether that be here in America, South America, Africa, China, Australia. I've been getting told you guys are all over the globe. So right now, if you are new here, even if you're not new here, tell me in the comments exactly where you are watching me from in the world. I would love to see that, and shout out to city and or country. With that said, as we're waiting for people to come in, I want to thank everybody who's watching live. I want to thank everybody who's watching the replay. Do me a favor, make sure you always leave your comments in the comment box so we can get those comments counted, and like it as much as you can, because the likes definitely make a difference, because the likes make me realize, oh, the guys really do like the show and they enjoy what's going on here. So I want to continue to be able to show love to that, and I want to be able to continue to show love to you guys. Okay, North Carolina, I see you, Tange. Tennessee, USA, I like that. Houston, Texas, St. Louis, Vegas, Shreveport, Mississippi, M-I, crooked letter. What is it? M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, I, humpback. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. All the readers in sack. So as you guys know, or if you guys do not know, I not only have my Cash App up, I will have my guests come in. The people that are on the flyer, they will have their Cash Apps up. If you would like to bless any of us, as soon as you give that blessing to us, I will be checking the Cash App and the Super Chat and shouting you out. If it's a hefty donation, I'm definitely showing love. If it's not a hefty donation, I'm still showing love, because you guys are giving your hard-earned money, and who can ever complain about that? But make sure you do that and add your name so I can make sure that we shout you out. And if you don't worry about it. I'm just telling the people what the protocol is if you want to. If you just watching, let's just have a good time. Now, a couple of you guys are in here. Let me show you something that just made the show go to another level. You understand me? This, what I'm about to show you, is about to be fire, because, ladies and gentlemen, CT After Dark has a theme song. Check it out.
You want to after dark with me, man, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss. Say after dark with me, it's gonna be funny, different celebrities, oh, you gon' love it. After dark with me, even people performing, singing all kind of everything. After dark with me, on this song, you gon' love it, baby. CT after dark for me. CT after dark, baby, you gon' love it. Promise you, you gon' love it, baby. You.
Ooh, CT After Dark with me. That is sang by my guy, Mario Smith, who was also our musical guest for today. I cannot wait for you guys to see him if you have not seen him before. I said it's only right. He's done the theme song. He got to come and do another episode. The people love him. We love him. So we got to make sure that we are showing the love. CT, all the shows you produce are fire, especially that. Thank you so much. That is very kind. You're loving it. I, too, am loving it. Kimberly, I appreciate you saying that. What's up now, D-Ray Gotti? I see you. Nicole Stevens, what up? We got the love from the YouTube, my man Ronell Juan Humphrey. Yahawa Kashiwa King Howell. Fam, you definitely stumped your boy on that one. Y'all loving the intro. I'm appreciating that. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, in the description box, you get the opportunity to go live with me, ask questions to myself and my guest when prompted, but the link is there so you guys know. Everybody who's in here now, as you see people comment and say, but how do I click the link? Just tell them. I need y'all to police the comments, because I have a lot to do while we are doing this show. Now, as always, you know, I start the show off with something extremely hilarious that I found funny as heck during the week. I don't know why I said heck when I could have said hell. Check this out.
Shorty ain't thinking about them jersey dresses. You used to thought you was a video girl. You is not no video girl. Yo, jersey dress is back. Cause you ain't got nobody. You ain't had nobody. And that your cousin had too much body in that jersey dress. She looked like a laundry bag with all them dirty clothes in that laundry bag with that jersey dress on. And yours ain't even no team. Take that sports team garment off. That is not no bad.
That is from a guy named Brother Lee Love on Instagram. He's so funny to me, man. I came across his videos and I cannot stop watching them. I told him, yo, man, I'm going to be showing this on the show today. He said he's going to be tuned in. I'm going to get him as a guest soon. This guy is so funny. South Africa in the house. Love your content. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm not even going to try and pronounce and butcher your name. You understand me, Queen? But I will tell you that I thank you for the love and support. What's that, guys? You said you wanted to see another Brotherly Love video. Well, say no more.
Hey, forgot y'all was wearing Globetrotter fits?
Yeah, I remember
You used to wear Harlem Globetrotter warm-ups.
I remember that. You used to wear the jersey,
A
too.
whole platinum FUBU warm-up. A FUBU, then you go outside with that on.
You remember the
Now you want a shot. You want a shot at the best.
They used to have the armbands.
You paid all that money for that costume.
I ain't forgot that.
And your collar that you at the house parties, your collar that big. Somebody you wanted. It's too hot. It's too hot to be dancing in that costume. Take that collar off. She not dancing with you.
Let me tell you something. First of all, this is Brother Lee Love right now. He just left a comment. Brother Lee Love, do me a favor, man. I want you to click the link. You got to come in here. This ain't gonna be the official interview. I just want you to say what's up to the people. Click the link in the description on YouTube and or Facebook, wherever you're watching, what you're watching from YouTube. Click that link, come in. I want to holler at you for a second, man. That brother is hilarious, man. Here's what happens, yo. This is a late night show. You understand me? So I like to give the late night vibe. And a lot of times you see somebody super talented and funny like that brother is. And I say, yo, man, I got this platform. I got 1 million followers, man. How dare I not shed light on another brother doing his thing, especially when it makes me laugh the way that it did. Autumn Reed says, okay, now what we're not going to do is slander jersey dresses. They were the standard cookout fit from 1998 to 2003. Let me tell you something, Autumn Reed. You ain't never lied. You understand me? That is classic. I remember seeing jersey dresses all through high school and girls was like, oh, I'm fire up in this. And we thought they were because they were doing their thing in a jersey dress. And we all had that friend, baby girl had a little too much body to be fitting in that jersey dress. And it was out of control, but we stalled her out. I still have a poster of the original Harlem Globetrotters. That's funny. Tyrone Thornton, ACT, keep doing your thing. We need some new videos. Did you see the video I dropped today? Because that sounds like you did not. Because I dropped one this morning. You understand me? Oh, hold on a second. The Marines have landed on CT Island. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, Travis Rogers, and to all my military veterans, I want to say thank you so much for your service because you guys are true heroes and you do not get enough credit. And I want to give you the credit that you guys deserve. So thank you so much for your service. Always love to my military veterans. Bo Thompson, that was my first stage name. They used to call me Kelly Cash. It's a long story, but yes, who said that? So I can find that. Who knows me by that name? What? I see Vinny Mo. Oh, appreciate you, Yasmin. Thank you. Where did he just go? Ladies and gentlemen, his brother Vinny, Kelly Cash was good, baby. Detroit in the building. Vinny and I started comedy around 15 years ago in Detroit. And I hope you're doing well, brother. I'm so glad that you're watching. Thank you for tuning in. It is an honor. And I hope you and the family are good, man. All right. So as we begin this right now, I'm about to bring my first guest in here. Shanita Morgan. What up, though? U.S. Okay. Marine Corps all day. Appreciate you, Devil Dog. My guy. But Bo didn't know who Kelly Cash was. I'm surprised. Me too, because Bo talking about she my biggest fan. You understand me? Ladies and gentlemen, before I bring my first guest in, he's here. Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of Never Forget, Brotherly Love. How are you, man?
I ain't forgot about them so much.
How are you, man?
I'm good. What's good?
Brother, let me tell you something, man. You are hilarious. What you're doing, man, you are on a roll.
Appreciate you, brother. Yo, I'm a huge fan. Huge fan of the
Oh,
world. Appreciate you.
thank you, man. Look, I need to get you on the show. I'm gonna DM you after the show today, and we're gonna set it up because you got to come on for a full interview. All right,
Definitely. Let's do it. I'm for it.
my guy. I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right. Love.
My man. That brother's so funny. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, I am introducing somebody who is phenomenal. She is an actress. She is a fitness trainer. Ladies and gentlemen, she is a producer and a filmmaker, and she is here for you right now. You might recognize her from all over your computer screen, all over your phone, all over Team CT content, because as you know, it's Team CT all day, as all you guys are. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing LaToya Ward. Hello.
Hey, hi, how are you?
I'm incredible. How you? Looking all like you just did 2 push-ups and sat down real quick.
I'm amazing, thank you.
That is dope. So let me start off. First of all, question of the day before we even
Okay.
get into you and I talking. Question of the day.
Mhm.
At which point did you realize the body count conversation stopped being important? Or is it still, the body count, the number of people you slept with?
Mhm.
When did you realize that the body count conversation stopped being important?
Well, I felt like it stopped being important when I didn't want to answer the question anymore. And secondly, as long as you're satisfied with what we're doing, why does it matter? You know what I'm saying? Like how many
Uh-huh.
people it's been. So I'm not asking those questions. I don't think you should either. So as long as we are connecting and doing our thing in the bedroom, it don't matter.
You know what's interesting? Tangerine up in the building. What's interesting, just so it's known, I'm in a Popeyes drive-through line watching. Hey, I appreciate you watching from the Popeyes. You understand me?
Right.
Kiera, she's gorgeous. That is a fact, Kiera,
Thank you.
as you are. Forrest says salute to us. Look at this. They loving you. So interestingly enough, with that question, I feel like it was cool to ask when we were teenagers. You know what I mean? Like you 18, 19, you probably only then dealt with a solid 2 at most people, or 3, depending on how fast you was. But when you get into like 20s, I say as soon as you hit about 25, 26, it's like, fam, we asking questions like that still. It doesn't matter. And it's one of those situations where, is this going to change how you view me? If I tell you 1 or 100, are you still interested? Have you run into scenarios with guys where they've made it a big thing?
No, because 2, I don't like answering questions. I don't like being questioned. So that's probably one that I'm not going to answer anyway, because I don't think it's any of your business.
Right.
So yeah. No,
But these are people that you've dated. So you're telling me you're dating a guy, you got feelings for him, and he asks you that question and you just not gonna answer, or you just gonna leave it at that? I don't like answering questions. Next.
Correct. I don't feel like that's important enough for me to have to answer. If I'm not,
Okay.
so I'm real big on like being equal. If I don't ask you, then you don't ask me, kind of thing. Like if I want to know something and you tell me, then yeah, okay, then I'll answer that. But if I'm not asking you, then don't ask me, because I'm not going to answer.
Vinny says it doesn't matter as long as it's not one of my homeboys or my family.
There you go. Yeah,
I'll give you that.
I'll validate that. Like, did you sleep with him? Nope. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll validate
BT
that.
Kingsley, when she pulling up on Shoot Your Shot, which is Tangerine show every Thursday, when she pulling up on Shoot Your Shot, so I can, you definitely have to do Tangerine Shoot Your Shot. It is one of the greatest shows of all times. So now let me ask you this. You are from
Texas.
It's always the T to get me. I'll be like, Tennessee. You'd be like, no, fam. So what brought you out to LA originally?
Originally for acting. So, I've always wanted to move here since I was like a little girl. So I finally had the opportunity, and here I am, and I'm loving it. So I've been here 4 years now.
4 years? Wow.
Yeah,
that means
right?
I met you when you just got here then.
Exactly. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
That's incredible. I feel like when I met you, you were so different than the rest of the women that we were meeting out here shooting content, because you pulled up, number one, in a Benz. Let's just start there. Okay. You didn't just pull up and no Honda Sonata or no or no Ford. You know what I'm saying? Like, you came up like, listen, I am already successful and I'm doing this for fun right now. So tell me a little bit about LaToya behind the camera. Were you always a filmmaker, or is this something that you developed as a skill while you were here?
No, so I've always been an actress and a filmmaker. So I got my BA in theater arts. And when I first kind of started getting into this whole entertainment industry, I wanted to be like a model, but I'm only 5'2", so I couldn't really do no runway or anything like that. But I just
Yeah.
love acting, so I just kind of, ran with that. But then when I got here, I quickly realized that you can't just be an actress out here. You have to be producing your own content, writing your own stuff, producing it, getting it made. So
That is a fact. I think so many of us don't realize that as long as you create, like, you're looking at a room of, also, this number is not even the truth. Every time I end this joint, it tells me all of my true numbers. We have so many people that are watching all over the world, and I'm so honored. But this is a product of me stepping out and creating my own. You know what I mean? And so many of us think that somebody's coming to save us, or
Right.
that, oh man, as soon as Kevin Hart, Tyler Perry see me, they're gonna pick me up. And with our people, it's never enough to just do it yourself. Like, I can't tell you how many times somebody's watched the Would You Rather game show or watched the CT After Dark and be like, man, this should be on TV. It's like, no, it shouldn't. This should continue to be with you guys supporting it, because I'm going directly to my fan base instead of going to a network to validate me when you guys already do. So what was your first film that you produced and was like, all right, this is my baby and we done?
So my very first film was Damsel. And I just posted it not too long ago, but that's my baby that I did, and it's a sci-fi love story with a little bit of comedy, because I love comedy.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So it got accepted into one film festival so far, and then we're just kind of seeing what happens. But I love it.
That is dope. I think what I would love to see you do that I don't get a chance to see you do a lot is action. Like, you've been amped up since I met you. So the fact that I don't see you doing fight scenes is puzzling to me. Can that be the next thing that you work on?
It is going to be the next thing. I'm going to be shooting a movie called A Millie that is directed by Joseph Elmore in November in New Orleans. And it's gonna be amazing. It's so much action. We doing the most. So yeah, I'm already trying to get ready. So I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be good.
Now, where did the fitness journey come from? Because aside from you always, eating healthy and taking these amazing pics. Oh, as a matter of fact, while I'm talking about it, let me just be about it. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at LaToya Ward. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the stomach. It's cold outside as well. Look at the stomach. Look at this. Huh? She just posed up. LaToya Ward on Instagram while you're looking. She caked up and caked out, and everybody trying to get a piece. Okay? Look at the body. It's crazy right now. So why is this such an inspiration to you? Fitness. Where did it come from? Was it family? Was it you always being like, you know what? I got to keep it tight. I got to keep it right. I'm training for a marathon. What is it? Talk to me.
No, so I've never trained for a marathon or anything like that. I've always played sports though coming up. So I did basketball, cheerleading, track, gymnastics, and softball. So I've always kind of like felt that I needed to stay fit. And then just getting older as well. Like, I know if I do certain things, I'm going to look a certain way. And if as long as I'm not trying to fall off, then I'm going to continue to do that. And I'm a strong believer that you should walk and look in the mirror and turn yourself on. If not, then how you expect to turn anybody else on? So
that is a fact.
That's like,
that is a fact. Tangerine hot, LaToya. Gorgeous. Look, and these things often I see how everybody looks at you. You always get a million compliments. Are those even important to you? Like, is that one of your love languages, or what are your love languages? For those of you guys who are watching, let me tell you what love languages are. The love languages that you feel that where you feel actual love. It's quality time. It's gifts, acts of service, words of positive affirmation, and touch. These are the 5 love languages. What do you need to feel love? Give me your top 2.
My top 2 would be quality time and probably touch.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That means you didn't say anything monetary. You didn't say you didn't say
Yeah.
gifts. You didn't say people to do stuff for you. Just quality time
Mm-mm.
and touch. Interesting. So that's
Yeah.
what you need to feel loved.
Mm-hmm.
Solid.
Mhm.
Look at some of these comments. Look, first of all, everybody in the comments, don't curse in your comment. I want to be able to show them on the screen. Also, if you would like to bless LaToya, hit that Cash App right now. As soon as you get a Cash App, Toy, tell me, and I will
I will.
immediately stop the show and thank the audience and give them love and shout outs. Now, as we get to my next question, as a filmmaker, you want to do this action joint next, which I love that you actually have a date. Y'all doing it. It's not just, I think that would be great if it's already a plan in motion. What are some of the
Right.
roles that you've gotten that you were like, again, like that you're getting tired of playing?
Tired of playing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know I do like a lot of the sexy roles,
Mhm.
like in the, the sketches and stuff like that. So, I mean, I just want to be looked at more as a holistic actress. So whether it be comedy or drama and not be so sexual all the time, I think is a bonus as well. So yeah, sometimes when I get approached and it's like, hey, we want you to come do this and, can you, have on, whatever, skimpy. And I'm like, that kind of thing. So
hold on, Antonio Jones, I sent $100. Let me see if that is true, because I don't see anything right now. Let me hit that refresh. I do not see that, good brother. I do see something from Cvion. Thank you so much for the blessing. Team CT clap for you, fam. Appreciate you. Yeah, Antonio, send that back again on Cash App. I will refresh and I am waiting for you. Now, give me some of the roles that you want to play that they are not giving you, outside of, I want to be more of a holistic actress. Give me the exact roles, because if you say it out loud and you speak it into existence, that's going to happen.
So the action film is definitely one that I spoke into existence. So that's one. I think maybe being so I don't know. I just like something with range. So I just recently played a blind woman, which I thought was pretty dope too. I've done the doctor before. I haven't really done a lawyer, or I kind of have done a murderer, serial killer. Yeah. I think the action one was the next biggest thing, but I would like a recurring role like on this dope Power. I'm going to be on Power. Like that show, I would love to be on Power.
So you want to be on one of them 17 spinoffs is what you're trying
to say, right?
Yes,
exactly.
They are literally doing a million spinoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment where I will give you the opportunity to hit the link, come in and talk to LaToya. Any questions that you have for her, come on in. I see two people in the green room right now. Turn your camera on so we can see your face, not just whatever that is, but turn your camera on so we can see your face, because we are not getting caught with the weirdos. Got to make sure we see your face and everything is cool. You could be a superhero for sure, Jennifer says. That is absolutely. I love seeing women support women. Let's see. Power. That's what's up. Absolutely. Speak it up. Go to the Shy next season. That's always fire.
Right.
50 is always hiring. 50 is always hiring. I think you would work well with 50. There's somebody in the green room named Daddy. Turn your camera on. I don't know what is going on with the folks. Yes. So hit that link. It is in the description on YouTube and Facebook. And if you are watching on Twitch, it is in the description, the subject of the video, so you can come in and ask questions to LaToya Ward. So my biggest question for you right now, what is one of your favorite videos that you've done with me?
One of my favorites? Man, I have so many. I like the one with me, you, and Tans, where you were like, I'm trying to smash your friend. Yeah, that was the first one we did. I love that one. I love the one with Jahan, where it's like they gotta be,
Oh yeah.
And then too, like I don't know. I just like every time I work with you, it's so dope. So I like all of them. And then the one with me, you, and BT. where it's the gah,
Oh yeah.
you know?
Something I said. Those videos.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. The reason I enjoy rocking with you so much, every time I call you, you like, yes, I'm there. It's always fun. You make me laugh. You always do something that's different. Shout out to Autumn Reed, just sent a young hefty donation. Appreciate you, baby girl. Team CT clap for you.
Oh,
Woo.
nice.
Young Autumn Reed. Autumn Reed shows so much love. Let's see. Y'all look like y'all having fun. Always, man. She's a sweet girl. Yes, Tangerine, our threesome sketch together is hilarious. That is a fact. That was one of the first joints I shot, even doing content, because I just started doing stuff on Instagram, and I was like, yo, come through. You came to the crib and you were nothing but sweet, and we had fun, and it was just great. Let's see. Turn your camera on in the green room to the other person. Right now, we got my man Dante. Dante, how are you, brother? Unmute your mic.
Hey.
How are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Hey.
I'm doing amazing, CT.
You say
Hey,
what?
Toya.
Hi, how are you?
I said I'm doing amazing, man.
I'm glad, man. We got to get your connection right at some point. But what is your question for LaToya?
Oh, I got two. My first question is, I know you're a fitness model, so what work do you do? Because I do CrossFit training myself.
Okay. You said, what workouts do I do? Is that what he said?
Yeah. What?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my go-to every single time that I work out is I always work out my abs, my legs, and my booty. So I do a lot of crunches. Even if I'm like watching TV, I'll be doing a lot of crunches doing that. And then as I'm standing up, I'll be doing like the kickbacks, and then squats. You know, those are like my main go-to. But if you're like wanting to lose weight, then I recommend doing a lot of cardio. I don't necessarily do cardio because I will lose fast. And, you know, I'm just really trying to gain and tone in certain areas, not all over the place, you know. Yeah.
I love it. What's your next question for a Playboy? Shalana, turn your camera on. I see you in the green room.
All right.
Go ahead.
Last question is, I like how you're doing the I like how you're doing the action film thing. So my question would be, if you could get a role in the like Marvel Cinematic Universe, what role would you like to play?
That's a solid question.
So like a superhero role like Panther 2, that would be dope. Something like that, you know, superhero, me flying all over the world or something. I don't know, just something different. I want to do that.
Solid. Thanks so much for your questions,
So
Dante. Always a pleasure.
I'll watch it.
Hey,
Yes.
look at that.
Always.
Look
Thank
at
you.
that. My
Thank
guy.
you.
Man, he's the best. He's really one of my favorite members of Team CT, but his connection be trash. And I'm like, man, we got to get your internet together, brother. Storm. Okay, that's definitely interesting. That's different.
Right.
Girl, you would be dope in anything you do, Catherine says.
Thank you.
Got another Storm vote. All right, cool. We have first this person. Listen, there's somebody in the green room. Your camera isn't on, so you're not getting on camera with us because your camera is not on. So, fam, I'm booting you out of here. As a matter of fact, you're banned. All right, you're banned. Bow. All right, cool. Now, thank you so much for coming on, yo. This is fire. It's always good to talk to you. Autumn Reed, we may need to start a Wi-Fi fund for Dante. He always asks great questions, but his Wi-Fi seems awkward. Before you go, allow me to show everybody LaToya Ward one more time. Look at this. She's so in shape. What stomach? I don't see a stomach. What are you talking about? Look at this. She could train you if you got the bread, which she's too busy, but I think she could try and train you on the internet. Look at the legs. She's kicking everybody. It's gonna hurt. Waist? What waist? I don't see a waist. Ladies and gentlemen, my very good friend LaToya Ward. I'm gonna text you because I'm going to be shooting the 12th and 13th, and I would love for you to come get down. All right. So
always anything.
LaToya Ward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, CT. I appreciate you.
Of course, you're the best. All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest is someone that I am very good friends with. I have known this young lady since I was 14 years old. Okay. We went to high school together. She is a sweetheart. Outside of being a sweetheart, she is one of the most business driven, business oriented people on this planet. She is from my city of Detroit. Ladies and gentlemen, not only is she here for you right now, she has my Sheegan lifestyle. She went vegan a few years back and she has submerged herself in that lifestyle. And she is not only Chevy, she is Chevy Marie, the Sheegan. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing? I got
You hear that intro? You see me, Chevy. You see me. You hear these intros? The fire. So tell me right now, let me start with the question of the day. Question of the day. At which point did you realize the body count conversation stopped being important? Or is it still, the body count, number of people that you've slept with? Did you turn your camera off? What happened, bro? Oh no. Oh no, she almost back. I see her back in the room. Oh, she's gorgeous. That is a fact. 313 in the building. You already know. Can you have ribs if you're vegan? You can. They're called vegan ribs. Yes, she's gorgeous. 313. Hey, Shantae Ship, another person that I've known. Well, I've known Shantae since I was 12, but we went to middle school and high school together. And not only is she amazing, she has an amazing business down in Texas. You ever see on Instagram all these celebrities and they have these big cakes and the cakes are actual things, like it's like a Jordan shoe or a hat, or it look like a full outfit, but it's actually a cake. That's the artistry of what Shantae does. Amongst other things, she is an extremely talented baker and she is a celebrity baker. She's not just, hey, let me get 2 donuts. She is actually fire in what she does. Make sure you check her out. Her name is Shantae, and hit her page and also check out the business. LaShira, cool. No, she is. Let me hit her right now. Yo, that is so funny. Bam. All right. We having an issue. The person that I tried to ban is right back. Little do they know they're not coming in. So I don't know why they keep trying. There. They are gone for good because I hit the right button this time. You should. Yes, absolutely. Shantae looks crazily good. Yes, Shantae is gorgeous. He's shooting his shot already. Texas in the house. That's right. Facts. Bam. All right, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I played the song for you earlier because we have a theme song now. All right. I want you to check that theme song out right now. And I'm going to bring in my musical guest. Hold on a second. Let me show you what I am so proud to show you guys.
Man, I'm telling you, you don't want me. City after dark with me. It's gonna be funny, different celebrities. Oh, you gon' love it. Even people performing, singing all kind of everything. On this song, you gon' love it. You gon' love it, baby. City after dark, babe. You gon' love it. Promise you, you gon' love it, baby. You.
Ooh, brother singing. That is the CT After Dark theme song. CT After Dark during the day. So the beautiful thing that I enjoy is being able to showcase talent. I love singers. I always show love to the singing. As a matter of fact, I've been getting a question, when is the CT Singing Showcase coming back? That will be this Sunday. All right. CT Singing Showcase will be this Sunday, 3 p.m. right back here on my Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch page. It's going to be incredible. Last time we did it, we gave away $1,700 to the amazing Rachel Black. She's so phenomenal. She performed on last week's show. If you guys want to go back and check that out. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you nothing but free content. Do me a favor, bless that Cash App for each one of my guests. You don't have to worry about me. It's all good. Take care of my guests because they are not charging me to do this show, and they are doing this for the entertainment of you guys. So do me a favor and bless my guests on the Cash Apps or the Super Chat. We are shouting you out in gratitude of that. Again, thank you to Autumn Reed. You're a super blessing. Appreciate you, baby girl. Back again. Here she is.
Listen, I'm so sorry. Some people are calling me. It's just a lot happened today. Like a lot happened today.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
We was like, oh, she heard that question and was like, nah, fam.
Gotta go, too much pressure. I'm like, clammy, because I'm like, what the hell? Like, why is everybody? And it was like, sign in with YouTube. I'm like, I don't know my YouTube sign in. So my computer port went out today.
Oh.
So I was like, damn. So I'm on my phone. So sorry, guys. Okay.
It's all good.
Jumping right in it. I feel like the body count conversation kind of came to an end around 30. Because I think at that point people were like, well, I know you did whatever in your 20s. We are assuming this point, like, I know you got down in your 20s, you fine or you can't, whatever. And I think after 30, it was more of a conversation. What are you looking for in a partner? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was your last relationship about? Because you're going to determine after 30 whether or not you want to deal with insecurities, you want to deal with a cheater, you want to deal with, you know what I'm saying? You could come up with your own type of relationship. So I feel like after 30, you know, I feel like you asked me my body count at 21, like, I don't know. I ain't even made it to 25, you know? And I also feel like I prefer, how often do you go to the doctor? Rather than your body count. Like, how often did you get checked up? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, you know, okay. Okay. My mom took me when I was about 16. You'd be like, nah, fam, I need some up-to-dateness.
After 30. I think after
that makes
30.
sense. I think hearing the body count conversation is something like I was telling LaToya, that's a great conversation to have when you're 20, you 21. Then it's like, all right, great. You shouldn't have been with that many people by 21. But if you had, let's talk about it. Oh, 300? Okay, well, I'm going to leave. But it's good to know. Yeah. But if you're over 30 years old, it's like, fam, do you have goals? I don't need to know about the body count because I'm here now. So apparently them bodies got you some experience to where I'm going to reap the benefits of.
Right. Is your ex crazy? Like how many kids you have? You know, like I don't care about body count. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we all make mistakes.
That is a fact. Tell me this as we get into getting into Chevy Marie. First and foremost, what made you make the transition into becoming vegan and then creating my Shegan lifestyle?
So I actually prefer plant-based. Just because the way we were taught about veganism is just like it puts you in this big box, right?
Right.
So I moved to California in 2013. I used to cook for my friends and stuff. So it was this one particular day, and I always tell the story. I was barbecuing, and I went and got this chicken from this place called Seafood King in LA. If you're in LA, you know what Seafood King is, and most of it is in the valley. So I bought this pound of chicken. I'm cleaning it, and I'm looking at the veins like, where's this chicken from? You know, and I was like, this chicken look, you know, it don't look right. So I just bypassed it, like whatever. I didn't eat it, but I just bypassed it. So I went to another spot, one of my favorite spots in LA called Tequila, and they had the best wings I ever had. Long story short, the chicken was like this. The next time I went, they was like this. And I was like, okay. So it was just that. And I over time, living in LA is a challenge and you fear a lot of things, you know, in LA. So I started looking at it as I'm putting fear in my body. I didn't even look at it like if it was bad for you, what was good for you. I mean, shoot, our grandmamas, grandpas grew up on chicken, shrimp, lobster. They ain't got no problem. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it became a choice of just like, how do I really feel about eating this? You know, so I was like, okay, well, let me just start off slow. So I was a
Mhm.
thick vegan. So I was eating pasta, potatoes, you know, veggie burgers, like, you know, like just anything. Cause now I'm going out to eat with my friends and I'm the only one that's spending $40 on the salad. And I'm just like,
Ah.
you know, I'm gonna eat before I come. But I think it was overall just the feeling I started to have within my body. I think I started to analyze like the things I fear. And I
Mhm.
always picture animals in their like last days. Like, you know, they
Mm.
fighting, like, okay, what you I trusted you, you know what I'm saying? Now you slaughtering my kids. Like I just
Mhm.
really go down that process. But I mean I still cook it. You
Mhm.
come over, you want a bacon egg sandwich, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Is it
Yeah.
hard to go from eating meat to just plant-based foods? I'm really thinking about converting over.
You got to take your time. You
Mm.
have to take your time and figure out what are the things you want to substitute out your diet. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? If you don't want to eat chicken, it's chickpeas. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like it's a lot of different alternatives to do it, but you have to be careful because people are just slapping vegan, plant-based on stuff at this point.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out what's your favorite foods first. You know,
Mhm.
so if your favorite food is steak, my go-to is portobello steak mushrooms. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And I treat them just like a steak. You know,
Mhm.
you could deep fry them. You know, you could. It's so many things. I recommend following the Vegan Goddess on Instagram. She's
Mhm.
the vegan godmother. The vegan godmother. Her cookbook is amazing. I actually don't have it with me, but her cookbook is amazing. So
Mhm.
start with what you really, really like to eat
Mhm.
and then go from there. If you want to know more, I mean, it is movies and stuff out there, but it's up to you. You know, I don't pressure nobody to go vegan,
Fact.
plant-based. It is a huge lifestyle. Because let me tell you, when I'm drunk, Chick-fil-A look real good sometimes.
Ah!
Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich look real good, but for me personally, like everything was just making me sick. Like shrimp was making me sick. I'm like, why am
Mhm.
I nauseous off shrimp? I will tell you occasionally, because I'm an honest plant-based person, the
Mhm.
only food I will eat is crab legs if it's closed. And that's
Okay.
very rare. That's very rare I would eat it, but I will eat a crab leg, but I'm not gonna lie, like my body does reject it. It does
Mm.
reject it. But sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, like if I was to eat anything, it'd be a crab. It won't be a lobster, but I would try
Mhm.
like a crab leg. But other than that, like right now I'm on a vegan diet. I'm trying things out where I could give you guys my
Mhm.
vegan recipe book coming over. That's what it's called. But
Hold
I'm
on, let
trying
me
a few
show you
things out.
guys who you are
Huh?
looking at right now. This is Chevy Marie. Take
I
a
look just like
gander.
a now.
Look at this. Look at this. Look
These
at this. She
pictures.
got the health. Look at her. Huh? She's right there. She don't even own a pair of socks. What you say? What happened? That is a
I really
fact.
hate socks. I really hate socks. I really do. But take your time. I'm always around. Chevy the Sheegan. I ask you anything. I give you the best advice I can. Yeah, like it's fun. It's a lot of things to do. It's better in LA. I know,
Mhm.
like we're from Michigan, so people are starting to come accustomed to it.
Yeah.
Um, but it's pretty much how you feel. I'm big on compassion, so it's really how you feel about your environment at the end of the day, and
Let
that's
me
just
tell
all
the
I can say.
people the ticker that's going across the bottom. Make sure you hashtag CT After Dark. Tag me in your stories. I will comment and repost all of that good stuff. Shalana, you're in the green room. Do me a favor and turn your camera on so we can see
Shalana,
you.
turn your camera on. I know her. Turn your camera on.
Turn your camera on, Shalana. I told you the first time. You heard me, baby
Or
girl.
just put it
Now
on
let
the
me get
dog. Put it
let me
on the
get to
dog.
this segment of the show where we like to call Ask a Woman. These are questions that we would like to ask a woman. You know what I mean? And you are here, you are a resident woman. You get a chance to answer this question. This is for you first. Love my queens. What part of Michigan? We are from Detroit, fam. Detroit, the only place that matters in Michigan. Anyway, as we get to the question first, why do most women hope guys catch the hint instead of being straight up and honest about their lack of interest?
Good question.
Thank you.
I wasn't expecting the ending. I was going to say because they like fairy tale relationships. I don't know. Like I really, they just want them to just like if they don't want to talk to them, they don't want a guy to figure it out. They just want you to
Hold on, we just lost sound with you.
Oh, is it more so? Okay. Okay, so I guess it's more so like, I don't know. I'm trying to think in my situation, if I didn't want to talk to a guy, how would I say that? You know what?
Why just tell them the truth? Hey, fam, listen, I'm not.
Now, okay, now if I'm not into you, if I'm not into you, and like in that point, I would be like, you know, no, thank you, or I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that, like, if you're asking me, like, let's hang out. I don't know if that's a good idea. I'm really busy. So that's us. You know, our small hints, but then it's like you keep going and they keep going. I don't know why women don't like. I think because we still care about people's feelings. We're like, no, thank you. You know, and sometimes ghosting the person is better than giving them a honest answer.
It is not. And I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on a second.
Me, but I'm just
Hold
saying,
on.
some people feel like that.
Let me bring her in. Morgaine said because of safety reasons. I understand that. I respect that. But let me bring in Shalana real fast. Shalana, how are you? Unmute yourself.
I'm good. What's up? Hi.
So what is your question for Chevy Marie?
What is my question for Chevy Marie? Are you really gonna release?
Did you just tune in just to put your face on camera?
No, I have my camera off. Are you really gonna release a cookbook? Because I really hope and pray that you do.
I'm just a team of I right now, but as I go, I am. I think I am. I think it's time. I think a lot of people are asking me to make juices for them, and I'm just like, do you know how time consuming that is? And I'm a person really about experience. So before I even be like, yeah, pay me $40, you know, I want to actually make sure you get the nutrition, the vitamins. I'm trying to make sure you get all of that when you try my stuff. Like, I'm not just trying to flip a plate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be an IG like chef or whatever, but it's gonna take time because I want to make sure like you cover, like if you're sick, you could be able to pull out my cookbook. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to make sure I cover all the bases of all people, of all types, of all cultures, all race, you know, when I make this stuff. So we're gonna say 2021 because 2020 been kicking my butt. Okay, we're gonna say
sounds like a plan.
Thank you so much for coming in for Chevy Marie. Shalana, you are pretty. I can already tell. You probably just got done working out. I see what's up under that hat. You take care of yourself, baby girl. So let's jump right back into this. I saw a lot of these because we either don't want to be the bad guy or guys get mean because they feel hurt or slighted. I completely agree, Autumn. Guys do that. However, we're talking about men. When you get a chance to talk to a man, men aren't as childish as these boys that they portray themselves to be. When you see one of these guys come up, be like, hey, yo, what up? He's about to really disrespect. But also, a lot of these guys don't respect women. So I think it's beyond you guys not wanting you guys thinking they're going to be crazy. A lot of these dudes just don't respect women. And you should probably, there are warning signs for you to figure that out earlier on. I'm not victim blaming. I'm just saying. Keep going, Chevy.
I want to say this about that is that, and this goes to my women too. Sometimes we do turn down guys and say, hey, I'm cool, I'm straight. But then y'all got to come back like, oh, okay, cool, what you need? So that's why it's always important for women to have her own.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of older men do this, and a lot of married older men do this. It's just that you will see a girl that's single and about her business and not paying anybody any attention, and you see how hard she's working. And then you keep enforcing yourself because you know a woman can take care of herself for the most part. But then it's just like, but what you need? Oh, okay, like you eat today, you know, and it's like you still trying to pressure it, but you're not treating it as like a friendship. You know what I'm saying? So I think women, we get caught up in that a lot, of being like, when a guy say, you know, I do what you need, you know what I'm saying? I pull up on you, need some, what you need some gas, like, and it's just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm already like, you know, I'm cool, no thank you, and you just keep forcing yourself. So I see that a lot.
I agree. And I think with that is like when you're like, hey, I'm not interested. And he's like, all right, well, what do you need? Now, this is the perspective of things I've seen for years. A girl is like, oh, I'm really just focused on me and rebuilding this and doing that. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, you need some groceries or something? And then she's like, yeah, hey, yeah, I'm about to go down. I'm about to do this. Would you like this? Yeah, that would be great. So now he's seeing the way to get her attention is to buy her. And unfortunately, that works with so many women because that's what they really want. They're surviving, so they need money. So they then trade that money for that sex that he wants or for that arm-on relationship that he wants. And that's why I love what you said. It's so important for women to be independent, because you shouldn't be able to be bought with a carrot dangling in front of your face because you have a need right then. However, if that's an even exchange, then that's what it is. He wanted love from you, but you wouldn't give him love. So he's like, all right, well, I still want to smash. So let me pay your rent. Let me pay your light bill. And if she's cool with that, then fine. But that's where a disconnect comes from, as far as that's the line of respect and non-respect. He tried to respect you, and then you showed you only wanted money. So now he's going to get what he want while giving you what you need.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? I've tried to be that girl. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 1,000%. But I was so afraid of my father, of it being one of his friends, that I will be like, no, thank you.
You don't know your daddy, right?
I mean, we come from, like, honestly, we normalize older men talking to teenage girls. We normalize that for years. And I used to be so afraid to be like, yeah, okay. And then my dad be like, Greg. I'd be like, who Greg? Who? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Greg.
And I've always been afraid of that. I've always been afraid of not experiencing something. You know, my mom talked about that a lot. Like, don't go too fast. Like, experience life, experience dating, experience it. So a lot of times when girls had sugar daddies, I was just single as a dollar. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it just, you just got to have your own, especially in this day and age right now. Like, you just have to, because that ownership, that feeling of having your own and somebody dangling like what they did for you, absolutely not.
And here's the thing. It is a form. First of all, there are a lot of sugar daddies, and there's nothing wrong with sugar daddy. And if you're a sugar baby and you need that sugar daddy,
if you can afford it, if you can afford to be if you can afford to have, a side chick, a sugar baby, a sugar nephew, a sugar niece, you need to be able to afford that. You need to be able to afford that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be out here pressuring a girl who don't like you, and then you're mad, and then now you got to give her something. You don't set the bar at this point. Like, now you got to give her something every time you see her.
Let me hit you with this. I saw firsthand. Not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna say my homie's name. So I was shooting some content at this place, right? And this girl, beautiful girl, all the girls that I shoot with are very attractive women. And one of the Tangerine, thanks for being my sugar daddy, CT, because I'm baller. Anyway, I will say one of the girls was approached by the guy, this dude that I was shooting with, and he was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Would you like to go, hang out at some point? She was like, oh, I'm just really busy. I'm just really focused on blah, 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 like everybody says. And then he's like, oh, okay, well, I was just going to try and pay a couple bills. And she was like, you're so silly. What do you mean? And it low-key became him taking care of a couple of her bills while he was smashing. So in that event, he literally tried to go about it respectfully, trying to approach her. And she started with I only care about money. So once that began, it's like, yeah, you're right. You have to keep that up. But at the same time, I think what a lot of women don't realize is that is the quickest way to get used up. If a man can come and say, yo, I'll take care of some bills, all I want to do is smash, and you be like, all right, cool. He's going to smash probably 1 or 2 times, and that's it. It might have cost him all of $500 in the grand scheme of things.
And you know what? Going back to your body count, you develop soul ties with people, whether or not it's financially, physically, spiritually. You have those ties. And I tell one of my homegirls this all the time, and she always talk about how she can't find a guy in LA, stuff like that. I was like, you carry your ex energy.
Oh, ooh.
And I was like, and when you try to move on from people, you carry their energy until you allow yourself to really heal. Facts. I've
Yo.
been through that. I've seen it, and people don't really think about that. I'm like, yo, like you be walking around like, yeah, girl, I'm single. Da da da. Whole time it say he ruined me. He broke my heart. It's all over your face. It's all in your energy. It comes out when you drink. It comes out when you have a conversation, and you don't even realize that you are being judgmental to whatever new step your friends are in because you're too much like in this past energy like bubble. But
Yo, you want some real? I'll give you this. Before I started dating Tange, I'm out here doing my thing. It was a young lady. We always argued. Like she just had a really funky attitude, but we had great chemistry. And often when she would leave my apartment, I would just be in like this angry mood, not angry, but like annoyed. And I began to start talking to people with that energy. And one day I sat out, I was like, I'm really annoyed for no reason. And I'm like, I think I'm carrying her energy. Like every time I'm with her, I take that on. And then you get with somebody like Tangerine who's light. And it's like every time I'm with her, it's like I'm in a good mood. And I'm like, okay, I'm starting to see that this soul tie thing is actually real. And you hold on to that. And when you see a couple break up and you see the woman and you're like, oh man, she is still with him because she hasn't let that energy go. She's doing all his mannerisms. She's acting like him. She's being him.
And see, guys don't do that. Guys don't go through like when we hear like a guy just broke up with his girl, we be like, oh, okay, that's unfortunately. All right, well, what's up with him? But when we hear a girl broke up with the guy, like, oh, she broke it. And it just be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, men go through the same thing. And I can honestly say, like, you probably was battling her for a minute. And she probably couldn't even realize, like, nigga, what's wrong? I mean, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like, why are you always angry? You know what I'm saying? And you get mad at her because you're like, why are you always calm? Like, this is a serious matter. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in that situation where I jump from peace to petty, you know, and it is not a good feeling. And
Hold that thought right there. Because we are coming right back to this conversation. Let me pull you out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am about to go to our musical guest for the day. He is the man who created the CT After Dark During the Day theme song, and he is here for you right now. One of my favorite singers, one of my favorite artists. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know him, you are about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Real Son of Soul, also known as Mario Smith. He has got his Cash App up. I want you guys to bless him because he is about to bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mario Smith. Good brother.
What's up, bro?
Take it away.
Girl, it's all you. Have it your way. And if you want, you can decide. If you get a feeling that I feel, won't you come closer? Ooh, to me, baby. Hey. Now you already got me right where you want me, baby. I just wanna be your man, baby. How does it feel? Oh, baby. Oh, how does it feel? How does it feel? I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of my single. It's called Talk to Me. I know you feel like you alone, baby. Some nights I hear you talking to yourself when you think that I'm asleep. How would I know what's bothering you if you don't say nothing? I'm not judging you. Baby, I just want to love you too, baby. Baby, please talk to me. I want to know what is bothering you. Please talk to me. Tell me, baby, I'm here with you, baby. Oh, yeah. My appreciated CT.
Brother, you always come on here and you got that fire, brother. I don't know if you realize how talented you are, man, but the world knows, and you need to start being aware, brother. You are extremely talented, man.
Man, I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Thank you for doing the theme song, man. I love that song.
Man, I just been waiting on the opportunity, man. You know, hey, as soon as you told me, I already had the beat ready.
Danielle says, I want to talk to you. Click the link and come up in here, Danielle, and talk. Betty, lovely talent. Absolutely. My man, brother, I can't have you back enough. You understand me? So I will hit you soon. Thank you for doing the show. And I DM you, man.
Most definitely. Appreciate it, big bro.
Absolutely. All right. Scanless said he's his manager. That's funny. Chevy, where you at? I'm bringing you back in. Now that's singing right there. That is a fact. That's how it's done well. Facts. Put the likes up for Son and Soul. Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, when I tell y'all to hit that like, it's extremely important. Hit that like, because when you guys hit that like, it sends something to the algorithm and more people are able to see the content. So just like you guys are supporting it, it allows other people to support it. So please make sure you share this on all your platforms so people can see and check it out and like it so we can count the likes and get everything up. There she is. She is back. And just in case you don't know who that is, ladies and gentlemen, take another look. Ooh, look at the braids. Y'all know I love braids. Look at the smile. That's not a filter. That's her skin. Look at the body. Look at her. Look at her surrounded by nature in front of her with the pink. Look at her with the pink. She's right there looking gorgeous and effervescent. Honey brown is what she is. Now, as we get back into what we were talking about, the energy changes. I'll tell you something that I think of often when it comes to someone like you or Shantae, people I've known since we were literally prepubescent. I remember Tangerine CT, thank you for lining up your beard for me. You did it for me, right? Sure. Anyway, so I'm kidding, Tangerine. It just makes me laugh so much. So I remember different versions of you guys. Like I remember you were never quiet, but you were just like super silly and goofy and just like always sweet. And then I think around like 2014, 2015, I just saw this grown ass woman that had taken on a new life form. And I want to know, what was the transition? Was it a breakup? Was it you looking in the mirror and say, I'm changing the rest of my life? What was it?
It was just me. It was just me, literally. Like it really, I was in a relationship, and nothing bad happened. Like it wasn't like cheating or it wasn't like anything like that. It's just, you know how sometimes you like fight with like different energy, you don't even know what it is, and it could be bad, it could be good. For me, I come from a spiritual background, so I can tell when things are shifting to the point like I'm not winning. Like it's like I'm taking a loss after loss after loss. Like why am I taking these losses? You know. So it was just more so a reflection of me of like what I wanted my 5 years to look like. Like what do you want in the next 5 years? You know. So I started writing that down, and I started talking to my mom more about life. And I think for me, I started to travel a little more. One of the places that I wrote down, I was like, I want to enter a place where it's peaceful as possible. So I started thinking about Bali. So I wanted to make sure I was mentally ready for this trip. So I didn't watch Eat, Love, Pray or anything like that, but it was just a reflection I was seeing of myself. You know, like what, like I never experienced LA. Everybody say LA is fake, but I never experienced that, thank God.
Right.
You know, but it was just like a reflection of like, what do you see yourself in the next 5 years? You know, like, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? What is the landmark you want to leave for your family? You know, like, so it was just like stuff like that. Pause. And Kevin, I did change my fire detector. I just put it on wrong. He was like, because you can hear that beeping noise, which is so annoying.
Oh, okay.
But, so it was just me. Literally, it was just me. Like, it was just what I wanted out of life next. She even came from just a woman being vegan, but I didn't like the word vegan. So I just took the GAN of it. It was really just me, like what I want to bring to the table in my next relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that I can give? What if they're lacking something? Is it something that I can help them with? And with my flaws, is this something that I'm comfortable with knowing like I have to fix? Right. So it was like really a reflection. Like I was just creating my own journal of myself, pretty much.
That's adult. Like that's truly adulting. Being able to take an assessment of your life and knowing where you want it to go compared to where it is at that very moment. That's incredible. I think oftentimes I have that thought when it comes to content or how I want to be seen or how I want interactions to be with people. And you're truly in the driver's seat when it comes to that. You get a chance to decide who you're going to be, what's going to happen, what your life is going to be. And I admire that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to come in right now and ask Chevy a question, hit the link in the description, hit that on Facebook or YouTube. And if you are on Twitch, hit that in the subject line. Now, let me get to my next question for Ask a Woman. The second question that I would like to ask Chevy: why don't women realize by now that telling a man you're celibate is a trap for him to say all the things he needs to get the cookie?
Is it a trap?
Yes. Keep going.
Is it really a trap? I think it's
Absolutely.
more like, okay, wait. I'm thinking about this. I don't think it's a trap. I think it's honesty. And I think it's kind of telling a man like, I'm celibate. So for me to go celibate, it's a reason why. So what is this reason you want to know? But two, as women, we don't have to give the whole recipe. You know what I'm saying? Know what the pie look like or feel like, but you ain't got to know what it took to make it. So I feel like, again, a man or a boy, you know, like, who are you talking to? Are you talking to somebody that got their stuff together? Like, you know, like, who are you talking to when you say you're celibate? You're just going around dangling the celibate card around the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, because being celibate is a privacy thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Someone really has to get kind of close to you to even feel like you have to tell them this. Personally, but I don't know. Like, I don't know why men view it as a trap to be like, yes, I could do this. Like, I just got to do this for, do that for, do this for. You know, I don't know. I think it's a maturity thing. Like, I never even really. I think people start to think how tight something could be. And I think going back to the body count, I think it become more of like, ooh, when I really get you, I wonder, you look like this tight. You know what I mean? Like in the bed or whatever. I know some freaky people that's celibate. Surprisingly.
Here's the thing.
You know?
Every time a woman says that they're celibate, I immediately am like, hold on a second. First, my late comment on how much I'm jealous of CT's black fist pick. I miss my fro. Yeah, man, it's pretty good. Hey, from the UK, trajectory is key. I still try and balance living in the present whilst thinking about the future. I like whilst. Charlotte, that was very dope. Miss Dunkley. It most definitely is a trap. She choose tight. It's not a trap for a grown woman. It's not a trap for a grown woman, not a girl. I think he meant it's a trap for. Here's the thing.
It's a trap for grown woman, not
Morgan Jackson. A trap. Woman. Why do they see it as a challenge in the first place? I'm going to tell you, ladies. Here's what it is. You guys say you're celibate, and it gives a man up. I know the cheat code because I know exactly what's going to get you off that celibacy. Chances are, if you're celibate, you're looking for a lifestyle change, a lifelong commitment. You're looking for somebody who God said he was going to send you. You want the good guy. You want a guy who checks off every list on your boxes. I mean, checks off every box on your list. And you want a partner. You want to build something with somebody. You want your next partner to be your last. All of these things are what women say when it comes to them being celibate. And I'm here to tell you, as a man who is a former wolf in sheep's clothing, because men who are wolves in sheep's clothing know exactly what to do to pick that lock. When a man tells you, hey, I'm looking for something casual, the woman is going to say, well, I don't want something casual. I want something long lasting. He's heard that enough times to be like, you know what? I'm going to stop saying I want something casual because they say they want the truth, but they truly don't. So I'm going to say what she wants to hear to get what I want. And then when he gets what he wants, he's out of there. And now you're going to do celibacy part 2.
That is so much thinking. That is so much thinking.
It's the truth. It's one of those things where you've basically told somebody what they have to do to get there, as opposed to the smartest women who I've met who were celibate were the ones who never told me they were celibate. Like they would be like, you'd be like, hey, would you like to come over? Oh no, not tonight. And if you're still talking to her and dealing with her a couple weeks later or months later, however long, and then it happens, you're like, wow, this was dope. And then she tells you, I was celibate that whole time. You're like, what? I had no idea. She was like, yeah, I wanted to know who you were as opposed to the guy that you were pretend to be to get the box. The only woman who's the exception was Tangerine, but I wanted her before she was celibate. So when she became celibate for like 100 days, I was like, well, I'm gonna be here. So usually guys doing what they need to do to get that box.
I never experienced that. I'll be honest, I was celibate for a while, and I never really. I told a guy before, and he was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." I take it like, "Well, good, you get it from somebody else, so I ain't got nothing to worry about." You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to worry about the pressure of us hanging out. But I had to choose things wisely. Like I had to limit my time of hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Because temptation is real. So I couldn't like every weekend we not partying, we not drinking, we not hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Because like too many hee hee ha ha's end up to a lot of low lows. You know what I'm saying?
Too many hee hee ha ha's.
You know, it does. Too many drinks, you start looking at a person different. That's when you start getting to spontaneous activity, which spontaneous activity is fun. You know what I'm saying? When you haven't had, sex in a long time. So
I remember that period for you. How long was that? And what ended up happening to the guy that broke that?
We're friends.
Okay, nice.
We're friends. We're friends, and we respect each other because their sister is my best friend.
Okay.
But we're friends. He's good. We hung out. They came here a couple of months ago. We hung out, had a good time. He had a lot of girls there, and it was just no pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were just like, okay, cool. Like, ain't work out, but that's okay because I don't plan on jumping the plane to go there anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was a reality check to be like, we ain't even got to be beefed out or we don't have to not talk. It's just that I'm here with my life. Like I'm in California. I love my life. We're there. You ain't nothing but a flight away, but we're cool. We're really cool. Yeah.
And how long was that stint of your celibacy?
It was a few years. 3 years.
See, that I hate to hear it because those are your prime time smashing years. The years when you do something in your 20s.
Might have been 4. When did I do the radio with you? It was 2 years ago?
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, about 4 years. Yeah.
Let me show this. Where did it go? Why do guys see women's celibacy as a challenge that he must conquer? I will tell you because what y'all just did was the next segment, which was Ask a Man.
Why is it challenge? Because this is why you guys shouldn't play with celibacy. You wait for a lady for 100 days. Y'all go out on dates, y'all get coffee, y'all get a sandwich, all this good stuff. You wait till 105 to then be like, yeah, we dating though, right? Like, you dating other people, I'm dating other. Like, you like, no, we're not. We are together.
That connection. All right, there she go. Your sound.
Day to day.
Oh, there you go. So here's the thing. I'm gonna answer that question. That answer to that question is, why do we see it as a challenge to conquer? Because men are naturally conquerors. That's number one. It's majority ego. Every man feels as though he's the chosen one over another man. So when he sees a woman, he's like, oh, I want her. And if she's like, oh, well, you got to do this to get me. It goes back to the olden days. In order to marry me, my father says you got to bring me 10 goats and some chickens and all of that. And he's like, all right, bet. Let me go wrangle all that stuff up to prove that I'm worthy of your daughter. So in a man's mind, he's doing all these things and he sees it as a challenge to overcome so you can reward him with being the man that he wants you to see him as. We also want to be able to have the bragging right of, yeah, well, I took her virginity in a sense. It's like, as soon as you see a man who's taking a virginity from a young lady, it's like, oh, he's her first. He's legendary. He'll always be remembered. Nobody remembers number 2.
Nobody remembers number 2. I remember my first though. And my first was very it was very romantic. It was very interesting.
Okay.
It was very romantic, and they were very gentle. They were a gentleman, like it wasn't I wanted my first to be like, don't laugh, guys, like the coldest winter ever. Like I wanted like I did. I was like, yeah, girl, she lost her virginity like to that bit. You know, like I wanted like
Yeah.
this, like from what I was reading, but I don't know. Like I guess it is I don't even look at sex like that. I had to tell somebody about like if you have cheat on me in a relationship, sexually, that's a personal problem. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, but if you do it repeatedly, then we have a problem. You know what I'm saying? So I don't that's never been the end all be all for me personally.
What question would you like to ask a man?
How does it feel cheating on your wife and then from hanging out and then getting in a bed with her? Why do you guys feeling so? What feelings do you feel like men go through during that process of cheating?
That's a solid question. So I'll answer it like this. One, I had to take the glasses off. With a question like that, it's not so much as I think it's any woman. Like if you're saying, I think the relationship, if you're saying marriage or regular relationship, if it's a marriage, I think it's one of those things where if you know how their relationship is, or it depends on how the man's relationship is with his wife, like, you know, we in LA, so a lot of the relationships are completely different than that of one in Iowa or Oklahoma. Not Utah though. Anyway, so we're talking about that standard type of relationship of a marriage, regular. I would assume that you got to understand a lot of people aren't happy within a relationship, man or a woman. So that's why they go out and do the things that they do to get that piece of happiness. It's no different than how women discover these down low men who are hiding their homosexuality while in a relationship, and they have to go out and get their kicks and then come back and keep that part of their life secret. It's like in a similar sense, if you're a woman in a relationship, so many of the homegirls, I can't say so many of the homegirls, I have 2 homegirls that are in relationships, and their man doesn't do that for them. Like they don't give them that spark, so they have to go out and do their thing just to feel whole, and then they come back because he didn't check all of the items off of their list. He only checked a couple of them. So those things on the list were 1 through 7 instead of 8 through 10. So they go get 8 through 10 from somebody else, come back, and they go back to their life. But for your question, I think it's just no different than anybody else's secrets for what they have, anything else. If you stole $300,000 from a bank, you're not going to tell everybody that. So you just come home to your separate life, and that's what it is.
Yeah. I heard you say something about like they don't have that spark. You know, go out, come back, whatever. Here's the thing: you can light a spark, to create a fire. You know, but you gotta balance which part is way more important to you. If it's more important that your mate is attractive and they're responsible and they lay it down, then you hold on to that agreement you have with yourself. But a spark in romance is very tricky when you're in a relationship. It's very tricky because excitement is always going to be more fun than somebody being bored. You know, so for me, like right now, I'm focused on my business, so I'm not really dating. But one of my things on my list is you have to learn how to communicate with me and not argue. You have to learn how to talk to me. I'm always on 2, half a 5. I might get to a 5. Most of the time I'm at a 2. So you have to learn how to talk to me because I'm not interrupting my peace to feed your ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the thing. I'm like, I cannot compromise that. You could be fine, you could be rich, you could be all these things, you know, like, but if we can't communicate and everything is a yelling match, that's it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't know what romance is. That's why sometimes I get mad. Like, y'all didn't see the movies we watched. Y'all didn't see Power Rangers when he gave Kelly roses. Like, y'all didn't see that. Like, we like that.
We saw that, but it's everything is perspective. So first, let me get back to answer it on my end. My relationship is different than anybody in the world's, because when I come home, Tanja's like, so how was she? Where's the video? But it's not like that with everyone else. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's also depending on what you guys set up in your relationship. Is it communicative? Is it trust? Is it let's share a story, let me see what she looks like, whatever? Or is it the woman who is the prude, that's, oh, I would never do something like that. I don't like to share. I'm not this. I'm not number, all of that stuff. So now that person who's in that relationship, they go out and do that because this won't give them that happiness. And maybe they're too many years in to be able to try something new or change anything. You look at it like this. Let's take a high school couple, right? High school couples together for 20 years. They get a chance to brag and say they were high school sweethearts. And now the man or the woman wants to try something completely out of the norm or out of their experience. And the other spouse is like, no, I don't want to do that. So now it's created this, I don't want to leave my family, but I want to be fulfilled. And if I go do this thing and tell this person about it, they're not going to accept it. If I communicate it, they're going to judge me and all of these amazing fears that we have. And if I don't tell them and I go do it, now I get a chance to be happy, scratch that itch, come back and be back with my family. And that's truly the psychology of it. But for what you just said about the movies, you see something and I see something completely different. That's why there was a picture years ago where people were like, is this dress blue or is it green? And you're like, what? This is a blue dress. And everybody was like, no, it's actually gold. And you're like, what are you talking? How did you see gold out of this picture? So that's the thing. We saw the same movies. We just saw them differently.
Yeah, and that's true. Just like everybody see relationships differently on Instagram. Like I've never wanted to be like another couple. I think that's the most insane thing ever. Like ever. So yeah, I see what you're saying. Like it is different. That's why you really got to create your own rules in a relationship, man. You really do. Like you really got to, whatever you and your girl like, that's what y'all stick to. You know what I'm saying? If y'all have fun, hey, you know.
And everything isn't for everybody. I think a lot of times people get in these relationships or the idea of a relationship and they base their relationship off of what society thinks or what their parents think or what their family thinks. I've never cared what anybody thinks about my relationship because you can't tell me what to do. I'm grown. I pay bills. You know what I mean? I have a life of my own. But I also find it extremely important to not judge people. So I get the pass of not being judged. It's like, I'm not going to tell you what to do in your relationship or how to feel about your family. But don't tell me how to feel or how to do mine. So people fall into the trap of trying to make everybody else happy instead of trying to make themselves happy. And I think that's the biggest thing. So for you, Chevy, what relationship are you looking for? Are you still this Detroit girl who went to Oak Park, or are you, look, I am the Sheegan. I'm going to do what I feel when I feel it.
That's it. Like, that's it. Like that. I'm going to do it when I feel it. I feel like right now, like I'm in my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I ask God all the time, like just remove distractions, you know, but if someone comes along that fit the things that I wrote down and what I want in my next relationship, I will be open to it, you know, but celibacy is definitely in the play. I don't know. I think the biggest thing, I just want someone that's relaxed. You know, I need someone that's very relaxed, but can take charge and be okay with things not being okay. You know, be okay with that. And I said it because I met someone and they kept telling me the story, like, my ex did this, my ex did this, my ex did this. And I was like, oh, okay, that's strange. I'm not your ex. You know, like we don't even I didn't come from a cheating relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't even know how to make someone feel secure in a relationship. And I always pray that I never meet someone that's insecure, because I cannot heal that. That is not even my job to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is some self-love evaluation. And I've been through that. And that stuff makes you being with somebody that's not sure about themselves. You convince yourself that everything y'all going through is okay and it's normal, you know, but you know, so I'm chilling for the most part. I mean, if you have somebody you want me to meet, send them my way. No.
What is your last question for Ask a Man?
Are you afraid? Why are men afraid to go to therapy?
Oh, I'll tell you why. Men are afraid to go to therapy because they're afraid of people knowing their business. They're afraid of being judged, and they're afraid of their innermost demons being shared, and now they're no longer hidden. Now it's out. We all have this fear and paranoia of a conspiracy that the world is out to get us, especially Black men. So sharing any of our intimate thoughts or memories or feelings immediately make us feel weak. They make us feel powerless. They make us feel as if the world is going to be even more against us, and that there's also a fear that we might be fixed. And with us being fixed, that there is this vulnerability. It's like, oh man, I'm all fixed now. Now what do I have to harp on? If all of my problems are solved, how do I exist? Like, it's like the grandfather that his arm has been bothering him for 20 years and he won't go to the doctor. And then he finally goes to the doctor and the doctor fixes it. And he's like, all right, well, I don't have that pain no more, so I don't know what to complain about. I don't know what to do with myself now that my arm is completely healed. It's that. Just to answer the question. But there are several people who do go to therapy, but that's the main reason that a lot of men who don't. Women want a reformed thug who grew up in the church. That is a fact. Women never want the good guy who started out good. Men are scared to go to therapy. Most men just don't think it works.
Mister, I agree. They don't think it's work. But I know women also who feel like that. But my brother, literally, I had to tell him he needs therapy. And he was like, for what? I was like, because you need to. I said, you're walking around with soap. It's heavy. You know, you walk with something that's very, and maybe it don't need to be called therapy for men. Maybe you need a more lighter term, you know, but therapy is therapy. It is what it is. But he just said he don't feel like he need to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. I don't need to go. But my thing is, like, you're talking to a complete stranger who's non-judgmental. And this is what I had to tell them. They're non-judgmental. But Keisha down the street know everything about you and your baby mama and your boys and your hustle. So I'm trying to figure out which one you're more worried about. You know, and I asked them, and he was like, you know, like he never thought about it. He started to kind of constipate. I was like, the thing is, you have kids. I said, so all that you carrying, you passing it down to your kids slowly. You don't even realize you're doing that, you know. I don't have kids, but I hope, you know, one day God bless me with twins.
Boy and girl twin set will be fire. That means you get both of them out the way and you can move on.
Yeah, I can move on. But
I do agree with that. People do need therapy. However, it's the fear that because, okay, I'll give you this. I've dated several teachers, and those teachers would tell me, oh, this kid is bad. Oh my God, I can't stand this kid. And it reinforced what I knew as a child, which was these teachers all didn't like me. Like, I had teachers who did like me, but during parent-teacher conferences, some teachers would throw you under the bus because they knew you would get a whooping from your mom. And I hated that. And then I would tell my mom, like, yo, they don't like me. And she's like, oh, what are you talking? They ain't got no reason not to like you. They there to do a job, and they trying to teach you, and you over here telling jokes and all of that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I hear you, but they don't like me. And she never believed me. And then fast forward to me dating these teachers and knowing that I was right. So it's one of those things that if this teacher told me that they didn't like this student, and here's why, I don't doubt that therapists are coming home to their wife and husband and telling them what happened in a session. There's always that fear as well. I'm not against therapy, by the way, guys. I'm just telling you what the thoughts of a lot of men that I know and some thoughts that I previously had are.
That's also in my list. The next person I got to meet got to be open to therapy. I feel like, especially if we're coming from two different relationships and we feel like we are compatible, we can date, we could be together. Family is something we both want. But therapy has to be an option on the table, you know, like, and I just feel like we need it. Like, this is a long, short life, honestly, you know, so I wanted, you know, you want to have it as peaceful as possible. But yeah, I think, and I think good guys will go to therapy. I think bad guys will go to therapy. I think it just takes the right woman who wants to do that with you.
I also enjoy women who listen well. Like, if you're a good listener and you're not judgmental, like, I give Tangerine credit for being so non-judgmental. But I also pride her on the fact that she can't take criticism. So it's like, it's a balance of somebody who on one hand will never judge you. They're going to hear all your deepest, darkest thoughts. They're going to listen to it and they're going to try and help you be better. And then on the other hand, you'd be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't have your hair like that. Well, maybe you shouldn't have. You're like, okay, never mind. You know what I mean? So it's always that balance. You're never going to find somebody who checks off all 10 things on your list. But if you get somebody who is damn close, don't sacrifice the 2 for the 8. If they're giving you 8 things, live with that 8. Those 2 might not be as important, but you will never find another 8 out of 10. You might find a 3 out of 10, and that 3 out of 10 is the reason they lack in the other 7.
Yeah, and that's why now, like even during my journey, like I'm a little open with what I go through, because you have so many people with this persona, like, well, they're just peaceful, nothing happened. Like, that's not me. Like it took my village, you know what I'm saying, me personally, to be like, what is it that you want to fix along this way?
Right.
Like it takes a minute to even be honest with yourself about those type of things. Like it takes a while. It takes a while. I can make anybody do it like I do. Yeah.
Tell me what you have coming up and how the people can find you.
Oh, okay. So I am opening up a Bohemian boutique. It will be opened up next month online. You have to go to Shegan Vibes on IG, SHEGAN Vibes, where I will be selling bohemian wear, dresses, lounge wear, just a whole little vibe. More of my plant-based journey will be on Chevy, the Shegan. You guys could definitely slide in my DM, ask me anything. I am getting ready to gear up for a wellness event. And I spoke on like therapy, because I will have a man to talk about therapy and why men don't like therapy. And it will be online. It's a Shegan Vibe bar. We're going to do yoga, Shegan Vibes. Go to that page. All the information will be there. Always hit up CT and ask me anything you guys want. I love doing this with you, CT, so much. It's so much fun.
You're the best. I'm gonna have you back. It's always a good time talking to you. As a matter of fact, let me show the people again, just in case they don't see what they need to be saying, which is some amazingness. Look at this smile. She got the dimples. Look at the hair. Oh my goodness. Look at her joy. She's right there with the joy. Look at her. With the pineapple. Look at her. Bam. Chevy Marie.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I will hit you. Thank you so much for doing the show. It's always a pleasure. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got to say thank you so much for watching CT After Dark during the day. As a matter of fact, we will be back Friday with an all new episode. I have some amazing guests lined up. We're gonna have an incredible time. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in. Please hit that like, hit that share button. I need as much support as I can. If you have not watched the latest episode of Would You Rather, go to my Facebook and or YouTube page right now and watch episode 3. Corbin and Tahir go face to face. They go head to head. It's an incredible episode. I can't thank you enough for supporting me and showing the love that you guys always do. I cannot succeed without you guys, and I want to make it known that I am so grateful and appreciative